Hello again, beautiful people, and welcome back to Life Treasures and Golden Moments. This is Natalie Silva, and I've got one more story for the month of February, Heart Month. And today's story is called Listen to Your Heart. And it was authored by Susan Marie Lamagana. This is an interesting story because I think of people and how people make decisions. And some of us are heart thinkers and some of us are head thinkers. Some of us make decisions with our head and some of us make decisions with our heart, how we feel. And it's interesting how things come out sometimes. In this particular story, this lady made a decision with her heart and it turned out to be a beautiful thing. So, in everyday journey, think about how you make your decisions and how it affects people around you. Sometimes you can write things down on a paper and logically say, well, this is the way I should make a decision. But then sometimes you can feel if something's right or wrong. So I think you're going to enjoy the story today. And again, today is Valentine's Day, actually, and it's called Listen to Your Heart. So to all of you wonderful people out there, happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you enjoy this story. I teach a bilingual kindergarten class in Oakland, California. On Monday morning, while talking with my students about the calendar and birthdays, I noticed that two of my students, John and Cynthia, had shared birthdays on Friday of that week. I informed both John and Cindy's moms that they could bring in cupcakes to celebrate their children's birthdays at school. I always try to recognize each of my students' birthdays. Not only is it important for children to learn this vital information, when and where they were born and how old they are, it also helps to develop self-esteem. By the end of the day, on Wednesday, I heard nothing back from John or Cynthia's parents, and I wondered whether either intended to bring in a birthday treat for the kids. On Thursday, I asked John and Cynthia about it, but they didn't know anything about their parents' plans to celebrate their birthday at school. Both children, however, were very excited about having a birthday party the next day in class. I had several errands to run after work that day and decided to pick up cupcake makings for John and Cynthia's party. Only after I was home and settled did I realize I'd forgotten to stop at the market to buy cake and frosting mix. Exhausted as one tends to get trying to keep up with a classroom of 20 kindergartners every day, I decided to lie down on the couch for a short rest before going to the store and making the cupcakes. I awoke with a start hours later. By that time, it was too late to go to the store, so I stumbled off to bed. I awoke before the alarm the next morning and decided to go in early to catch up on some work. Then I remembered the cupcakes. First, I thought, I'll bet one of the mothers made them, which was quickly replaced by a stronger and very distinct thought. No, you were supposed to make them. Frankly, I was a little upset. I didn't want to feel obligated to make cupcakes every month or for every child, but I was mostly upset at myself for not making the cupcakes. Most parents did offer or agree to my suggestion to bring in a treat to celebrate their children's birthdays with their classmates. This time, my suggestion had been followed by silence. The silence spoke very loudly to me as I approached the Mexican bakery on my drive to school. Now, I knew the bakery only made birthday cakes on special order ahead of time, plus I had a sum total of $5 in my purse that had to last until payday. And I didn't really want to spend it on Mexican sweetbread, which isn't exactly a birthday cake in the minds of 5-year-olds anyway. If I did spend the money on a cake, I wouldn't be able to buy myself lunch, which I normally packed, but had forgotten that day. Still, I felt compelled to drive to that bakery the whole way, thinking to myself, why am I going there? I can't spend my last $5 before payday on cake. Besides, I have no cake. But something inside of me shouted, go. Before I knew it, I was standing in the bakery looking for cake. I knew that wasn't there. Then I noticed they had 4 large slices of cake for $1 apiece. I bought all 4 pieces, leaving me with exactly $1 for lunch. I placed the white bag with the cake next to me on the passenger seat and carefully drove the 3 blocks to school. After parking the car in the street, I walked around to the other side to get the cake and my school bag. As I opened the car door, I looked down and saw a $5 bill folded in half, lying on the curb next to my car. I picked up the damp bill, thinking someone must have dropped it the night before. Wow, I thought, now the kids will have cake and I'll have lunch too. When I got into the classroom, I put the 4 pieces of cake side by side and looked for some candles. I found a box with exactly 5 pink ones and 5 blue ones. With the candles, the cake looked pretty convincing. I teach morning kindergarten. The children arrive at 8 o'clock and have breakfast in the cafeteria, so we don't usually have snacks, but I try to keep paper plates, napkins, and plastic spoons on hand for special treats, such as on holidays and birthdays. I was distressed to find only a tiny stack of paper plates left in the cupboard. Certain there wouldn't be enough, but there were exactly 20. Then I counted the plastic spoons left in the bowl. Only 19. I rummaged around the cupboard and found a box with a single spoon left in it. All I needed were napkins, which I was relieved to find we had plenty of. My students piled in, put away their backpacks and coats, and dropped their homework into the homework box. The day went well. After story time, we did the calendar, and I told them today we have and are celebrating the double birthdays of John and Cynthia. I brought out the cake and lit the candles, and then we sang happy birthday to the birthday kids. Cynthia and John beamed with happiness, their faces glowing brighter than the candles. The birthday boy and girl enthusiastically blew out their candles, and the children sat patiently while I quickly sliced each of the 4 pieces into 5 little slivers. It was just enough. All 20 of my students had come to class that day. After the children finished eating their snack, I stood by the trash bin to make sure the plates, spoons, and napkins all went into the container. John was still smiling when he tossed his plate in and said, "Teacher, I never had a birthday party before." As I watched John trot away, still grinning from ear to ear and with all a new little bounce in his step, tears came to my eyes. When Cynthia came up moments later, I asked her if she ever had a birthday party before. "No," she said, and then beamed her brightest smile. "But I love my birthday today. Thank you, teacher." I later learned after talking with their parents that our simple celebration had indeed been both Cynthia and John's first birthday party. Some unforeseen force within me had directed me to a bakery that normally sold only pre-ordered cakes and to spend my last few dollars on 4 slices of cake to split among 25-year-olds. Had I listened to logic, John and Cynthia might still be waiting for their first birthday party, and I might not have learned the most valuable kindergarten lesson of all, to listen to my heart. A special thanks to our author today, to remind us to listen to our hearts and follow the direction to bring joy and happiness in other people's lives. Again, you all take care out there. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful week and a very happy Valentine's Day. Blessings to each of you. And until next time, take care and God bless. This is Natalie Silva.